Today, we're talking about you guys behind the screen right now. I opened up for you guys to ask me for some advice about personal things you're dealing with right now. Hopefully I can open a new perspective, maybe give you some knowledge, wisdom, hopefully, and help you go about your days, weeks, months, maybe even years better off. First question comes from someone anonymously. I know what I should be doing to improve my life, but I can't seem to follow through. What is wrong with me? Now, I'll just preface right now with saying nothing's wrong with you. Like, some people in this world deal with that issue. It's not rare, it's extremely common, and I think it kind of comes down to the idea of knowledge versus action. Because you can have someone who knows every single thing in the world, but if they don't take that leap, take that step, they'll never accomplish anything at all. So for you, I don't think anything is wrong with you. Obviously, I don't know your personal life, your traits, whatever, so it's kind of hard to make a fully accurate assessment, but if I had to guess, what seems the most logical, the most relatable to a lot of people is that we're afraid of not having the right time, taking the leap at the wrong time, screwing up, failing, whatever. So you know in your head what to do, how to do it, but you don't know if it's the right time to do it. Your brain is kind of playing psychological games on you. It's trying to hold you back because your brain's afraid of trying something new or going out of your comfort zone. So for you, I would just say definitely don't beat yourself up because you'll never love yourself from hating yourself. You can never hate yourself into loving yourself. So you got to stay compassionate to yourself. You got to stay loving yourself. You got to stay positive about yourself, positive with the future, because you can change it. You can turn around. But I would just encourage you to genuinely think in your mind hardcore, take reflection, meditation, think, is it because you're waiting for this right time or you're scared or fearful of what could happen? Because like you said, you already know what to do. So it's not that you don't know, it's not that you're not knowledgeable. You have the knowledge. It's just you're not willing to take action. So really think about yourself, think deeply here, and just commit to taking the action. Just take the step because the right time is right now. Have the confidence in yourself, have the trust in yourself. You have the knowledge, you have it all in here and all in here. You're ready for it. Just take the action. Take the leap. I promise you, you got this. I'm rooting for you. I know we're all rooting for you for sure. Okay, our next question is from Juan. Juan says, I constantly compare myself to people on social media. It destroys my self-esteem. What do I do? Okay, that right there is the perfect segue to talk about how social media really does do so much damage to all of us. Because for some reason, it's hard for our brain to conceptualize that social media is not this everyday thing. It's really weird. I think because I thought about this so deeply before, I think it's because we live with ourselves 24/7. For me, I know every single thing I've struggled with. I know all my issues. I know all my bad moments, all my downs, whatever. But if I see someone on social media just constantly living a great life and having a great time, I can see how it would be easy to compare myself to them. Why am I not happy like them? Why do I not have them friends like them? Why do I not do the cool things they do? But in reality, you have to remember you are comparing your everyday life to their highlight reel. Think about it. Think about social media here. People could live a boring life, but they're doing nothing. They don't like their life. They're not having fun. They're not having any sense of adventure. And they're alone for 29 days. Okay, one day out of the month. They go out with their friends. And maybe, think about this right here, because you have no clue. The people that they're posting with could not even really be friends with them. They could just be posting to seem a certain way, to portray this image. Because you gotta think, people on the internet want this image. They want to seem a certain way to you, and it works. So for them, they could be out here this one day, this entire month. One day, that's it. And they could take 1,000 pictures, different poses, smiling, not smiling, turn a certain way, looking this way, looking that way, different outfits, different whatever. They look through 1,000 of them. They pick 4 or 5 or 6 images. They're looking at a fraction of a percent of pictures being chosen because those are the pictures that they look the absolute best. And then for us, we wake up in the morning, messed up hair, probably a little puffy looking face from sleeping, whatever. We got some dry skin in the morning. I don't know what you guys are doing in the morning. I'm just saying, hey, maybe I'm speaking personal experience. All I'm saying is you're comparing yourself, looking at yourself 24/7 in your worst times, your roughest times. And that person, they don't really look like that. But it's like it's a fake life being portrayed in your eyes because they want to come off that way. So you have to just know that. You have to remember, this part of it right here, the social media, the internet is fake. It's not real. I just made a TikTok video about this. The social media world is the fakest world of all time. It's the most artificial, manufactured, little bubble shelter world where just things that would never happen if the internet didn't exist happen. So you have to separate it from the real world. Like you see someone in real life, oh wow, they don't even look at that. That's how their real life is. Because you gotta think I promise you, everyone has bad days. Everyone. Me, you, the person that you're looking at their Instagram profile and you think they're living this extravagant, amazing life, they have bad days. They have bad weeks, they have bad months. We all do. That's just human nature out here. So you should remember here is that social media doesn't mean anything. It's a portrayal. It's a fake character being built up to come off a certain way. So don't let that affect you. I know it's hard, but you gotta work on it. You gotta be mindful. Remember that every single time. Tell yourself, whoa, I'm giving myself discredit here. I work hard, I'm also this, I'm that, and they're trying to come off a certain way, so I can't get too down on myself, and I can't compare my every single day to their highlight reel. Okay, this third one is also anonymous. It says, everyone around me is moving forward, new jobs, relationships, travel, but I feel stuck. What can I do? Now for me, I think this is very similar to the social media actually, because I feel like we're dealing with in this world now a comparison culture. It's always every single thing that you're doing somehow has to compare to somebody else. Looks, lifestyle, abilities. It's never, we're so now in this like hive mind of can I be better than you? Can I do this better than you? You're up here, I'm down here. And we're in this like constant competition of this comparison here. So for me, I would just remind you that one of the beauties of life that often gets overlooked now because of this is that we're all on different journeys. None of us has the same journey, like not a single person in this world has the same journey as you. Not a single person has experienced every single thing you've experienced. That's what makes you special, it makes you unique. So they might be doing this now, they might be doing all these fun things and getting married or dating or getting a new boyfriend or having kids or traveling, and you feel stuck and you feel behind. But it's because you're comparing yourself to what you think you should be doing. But I promise you, you're where you need to be right now. I promise you 3 things right here. If you work hard, you keep good intentions and a good heart, and you don't get too down on yourself and you stay confident, you stay pushing moving forward, you will break free. You'll end up with a journey that you can actually be proud of. Because that's one thing here too is the uniqueness, when you're finally done, you climb that hill, you're glad. Because you know that you did it, you lived it, and it's unique. You don't want to live anybody else's story because that's just rereading a book that's already been written. You want to create your own book, one with your own difficulties and obstacles and things you have to overcome. So I promise you can do it though. And I get that, it really is. It feels like you're being left behind, it feels like it's this race and everyone's so far ahead and you can never catch up. But the thing is, you gotta realize is, this isn't a race here. This is not a race. You're not competing for them because they don't matter, honestly. The person that you're living for is you. You're living for you and living for God, if that's your belief right there. So essentially, they're irrelevant out here because you're not competing. Like, living a life that feels better than somebody else doesn't do anything for you. That's just society and the world telling you that you have to think that way. Because if the right thing is this house and kids and marriage and whatever, and that's like, for you, that's the worst imagination, that's the worst thing imaginable, you would never want their journey. Even if they're ahead and doing it right, that would leave you dissatisfied. The journey that you're on is the one that will leave you satisfied because you're doing it for you. You're not listening to society. So if anything, you're in a good spot here. Because I promise you, some of these people that are living these so-called, journeys that are so far ahead, they're just influenced. They're just living it because they feel like they have to. They're trapped. For you, at least, it seems like you're a free spirit right now. You're a free thinker. You're doing your own thing, which is good though, because if you can find yourself, commit to the path that you want to take, and give yourself time and give yourself some compassion, I promise you can figure out where you want to go, and you can figure out how to get there, and you will get there. Just give it some time, keep pushing. I promise you. Keep your head up. Next, we got another anonymous one. It's actually a 2-part question. It's, what can I do to handle college stress? And 2, how can I stay consistent on new things here? So the college stress, I really get it because it can feel so life or death. It can feel like you've committed so much money, time, and effort, and it makes or breaks who you become and what you become. And to me, it's kind of a 2-part thing, 2-part answer here. Obviously, you want to do well. I'm not saying don't do well. I'm saying do well, do your thing, stay diligent in your work. But for me, I'm just comparing to something that I felt that same way before. And for me, something stresses me out or bothers me or gives me anxiety when I lump it into my identity. When I become the thing that I'm worried about, that is when I have my most issues here. So for you, I would ask you, reflect on this right here, is in your head, is so much of your identity being a college student? Like, have you lumped so much mental effort and the idea of yourself into getting good grades, doing the right thing, studying, and lumping being perceived as smart as who you are? Because for me, like I said, a personal relation here, to kind of, ground it here, is amateur boxing. For me, for the longest time, boxing took over my identity. It was like I was no longer me. I was no longer this like multifaceted guy who did multiple things. It was like, I'm a boxer. Maybe I didn't even realize it in the moment, but I started to realize it when it was like the fear of losing was crippling, because it didn't just feel like I was losing or making a mistake that's normal in life. It felt like I was literally losing myself. Like, it felt like I couldn't even look myself in the mirror anymore. So for you, maybe the stress for college is so hard because maybe it's not the exact same, but maybe there's parallels to it. Maybe for you, it's so hard to even imagine screwing up in school or getting a B or a C or a bad grade, because you feel like the only way that you can look yourself in the mirror and be confident in who you are and respect who you are is to be that college student, because you have lumped those two things together. It's you and college student, but in your mind, it's college student. Like, that's who you are. So I would tell you to separate the thing. Remember, you're your own person. You have plenty of things. You have relationships, friendships, family, hobbies, probably maybe a job, whatever, things that you can do that are outside of school. And then you have your school. Obviously, both of these are important. You got to manage them, but just never let the two get too close. Never let them get too overlapped. Stay working hard, stay studying, stay on top of it, but even if you get a bad grade, obviously that's not what you want. It does not define you. It doesn't crush who you are. So when you start to separate those two things right there, you can kind of just behave more rationally, where it's like, oh, everyone's gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna screw up, but it doesn't define who you are. I'll never make up who you are, because I promise you, you can fail so many times. As long as you keep getting back up, that's what makes you right there. It's not the failures that break you. It's failing and not getting back up. So say if you get one bad grade, two bad grades, just don't let it stop you. Just keep pushing, keep working on it, improve your thought process, improve things that got you, like you can make your own assessments. What made you do bad on the test? What made you do bad in the classwork? Procrastination. Think some kind of organization, some kind of scheduling here. Maybe you didn't know the material enough. Study more, study a different way, look up different ways to study, that kind of thing. So I feel like you can figure out definitely the logistics more. I think for you, I'm making a personal guess here, the lack of separation of identity. You feel so much like you're a college student, and that's what you are, and that's who you are, and that's what makes or breaks and defines you, and that's what dictates if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm confident in who I am. And the second part of that is, how do you stay consistent when trying new things? For me, at least, it's kind of rewiring how the world's taught you how to view things. I feel like now, I can really explain this well here, is the world has just promoted instant gratification everywhere. Everything. Think of back in the day when people would watch full-length movies. Okay, full-length movies was a thing. Then you also had your TV shows, but still TV shows ran pretty long, 90 minutes, an hour, whatever. And then you start getting, later in life, little shorter TV episodes, shorter movies, and then we get to like the early-ish 2000s, middle 2000s, YouTube rolls around, and you get long-form videos. Videos are 25 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, people doing Let's Plays, talking, all that stuff. Over time, you keep going more and more. YouTube videos get shorter and shorter, shorter and shorter. Then Vine comes around, and then you have short little clips. You get Musical.ly, short little clips. YouTube has to get on the game. They add YouTube Shorts, short little clips. Instagram has to add Instagram Reels, short little clips. Our attention spans are getting so small. Everything has to be instant dopamine spikes. You have to be getting instant feedback from your brain. Yes, this is good, swipe. But then here's the key. Nothing is worth waiting for if you don't see instant results. That's what your brain's been basically taught to do, all our brains. Is if you're not getting instant feedback, dump it, leave it. And to me, honest feedback here is, that's why a lot of people are struggling in the gym. Because especially if you hate working out, you dedicate an hour of your time and you hate it and it sucks and it's terrible, it's miserable, and you come home and you look the same. And then you give it a try the next day, you come home and you look the same. You give it a week, you try again, it looks the same. It's like you never see the results, and then any other place in the world, your brain's just telling you instant results, instant gratification, everything. So for you, my guess maybe is you try something new, you don't like it immediately, it's not immediately giving you that feedback, that dopamine, that energy, that happiness, so you want to drop it. Or even if you don't want to drop it immediately, you kind of like distance yourself because your brain's saying like, it's not for us. You got to remember that you're in control of your thoughts. Like you can cater your thoughts. Like, no, we're going to keep going. I'm telling you right now, the moment when you fight against your mind, that's when you win. The moment that you kind of bully your mind, tell your mind, I'm in control here. We're going to do this anyway. I don't care if you don't want me to go do this new thing that I've been getting into. If you think it's boring, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to give it a try because who knows, maybe I'll like it after a little bit of time. Think about things in life are an acquired taste. Don't let your brain take you out of something that you might end up loving. I'm telling you, just overpower your brain. Push through, have that determination, have that will. And I'm telling you, maybe you'll love it. Maybe that's your new hobby and your passion right there. Give it a try. We're going to end with this one right here. I think it's really interesting. It's a little bit of a paraphrase. Basically, she says that, she likes watching my stuff, but she sees that sometimes I get, negative comments, hate comments, whatever. She wants to do the same thing. She wants to put herself out there too on social media, but she's afraid of dealing with this criticism and having it affect her confidence, her image, anything like that. The way I generally deal with this here may not work the best for you guys, but I think I can help you guys get there, and it's a better long-term solution than a quick little short-term fix that may not last. The whole idea is to know yourself. Genuinely know yourself down to your roots. And I've video talked about this on TikTok before, how self-awareness is the key. Self-awareness is so helpful because for me, I consider myself very self-aware. Emotionally aware, self-aware. I know who I am. I know what I've done wrong. I know when I've screwed up. I know my faults. I know my issues, but I also know my great things, my good qualities, the things that I respect about myself, the things I like about myself, and the things I love about myself. But I also know that I am the only person on this entire earth that's been in here, and all in here for 20 years. I'm the only person that's experienced every single thing I've gone through, dealt with it, and there's plenty of things that that I've gone through that nobody knows about. Like nobody, because it's me. It's my same thing for you guys here. So the question is, when someone says something to me online, no matter what they want to say, it's like, no matter what they want to say, it's easy to brush it off because they don't know me. They don't know me. They have no clue who I am. If anything, the ultimate judge of me will always be me and God. Similar to the social media thing, I'm not going to let someone's perception of me judging me off a few seconds or a minute of a video I'm posting online alter how I view myself, and I've been in here forever. I know me to my core, like I said. So nobody's words can affect me and shake me and throw off who I think I am. Because I think a lot of the confidence things and self-esteem things really come from self-doubt and not having self-trust and self-belief. So I think for you, the pathway here is to just start trusting yourself, believing in yourself. But anyone can say that. For my personal opinion here is that your self-trust and your self-belief comes from just knowing yourself. Nobody else here can ever say they've walked a mile in your shoes. They don't know who you are really. They're all just guessing off this idea of who you are. So in reality, it's never accurate, it's never correct. And that's just for any hate right there. That's for people talking bad about you, drama, whatever. They don't know you. They can't make an accurate perception of who you are. A good little analogy is you could run a mile, or you could run a marathon. You could be running 20 plus miles. Someone could watch you run half a mile. That's the only half mile they see, and they could be like, they could see you run half a mile. That could be coincidentally the half mile where you start kind of slowing down a bit to take a break, and they would come out saying that's a slow runner. When in reality, if the rest of the miles you would run in a world pace record, they would never see that because they're judging off a little snippet of the entire long marathon here. That's kind of how life is. But then also when it comes to social media though too, to touch on that part, social media, people in life have such a problem. People in life have such a problem dealing with their own emotions and their own resentment towards themselves. People are so critical of themselves because they feel empty, unfulfilled, just not happy in life, not happy at all. And not happy at all. And I promise you, for them, if they're not emotionally intelligent, you don't know good communication, and you don't want to admit it. Because admitting that you have a problem, that's the hardest part right there. So instead of for them, they see everything, they want to critique you. Because you got to think, it's like all that emotion, it bottles, it kind of like curls you up here. So you got to get it out. But then instead of just like reflecting on themselves or talking out with someone they care about, they put it on you. Because anyone can say something behind a screen. It's easy. You just type away, send, no face, no name, no accountability. You can do whatever you want. So they get off by spewing this hate and this critique to make themselves feel better. They're trying to push you down to get up. And one thing to remember always too is nobody with high confidence and success will ever push somebody down, because that's just not how people operate like that. If someone's going to attack you and hate you online for no reason, it's because they don't feel confident where they are right now. Because like I said, people never punch down. They punch up because they're jealous of themselves, because they're jealous. They either wish they could do what you want to do, or even they're not jealous, they're just angry at themselves in life, so they put it out on you. And like I said too, also, the third thing, it's a fake world out here. Social media, it's a fake world. Know yourself, know who you are, be confident in yourself, don't let them shake you. And remember that it's all fake internet stuff. They're going for internet points. They'll say whatever, they'll do whatever. Personally, I do too. Me and Ethan, my good friend, you've seen him on TikTok probably, with me. We went to a buffet, Shady Maple, the biggest buffet in America. Mind you, this is a video of him showing his plate and showing me the buffet. 2.4 million views, everyone hating. Everyone's hating. Why? I don't know. We didn't say anything mean, we didn't do anything bad. There was nothing vulgar, nothing inappropriate. It was just a regular video. It was just sitting there and eating. And everyone in the comments is making fun of us, making fun of him, saying things about us not showing the buffet, oh, it's a terrible video. How did this? Dude, I don't care. I know who I am. I know what I look like. I know how I think. I know what I do. So best believe I'm never going to let some random person on a Shady Maple buffet review video tell me that I'm ugly affect who I think I am. And that's not to be cocky either. That's to let you know that it's so possible and attainable to get there. I promise you can get there. You just need to be mindful of it and think about it. Like I said, believe in yourself. Trust yourself that you know yourself better than anybody else ever could. So they have no right to judge you or talk to you or change your perception of yourself when they know nothing about you. So get out there, post your stuff, do your thing, because I'm telling you, people will love it. You'll get positive energy. And you can't let one rude comment ruin your life here, because I'm telling you, people will love your stuff, Emily. They'll just do it, post it out there. I don't know what you're going to post. I don't know what you're thinking of posting, but do it, get it out there, make it happen. I promise you. All the haters, hey, you're not really winning if you don't got haters anyway, too. You know what I'm saying? When they start talking, when they start chirping, that's when you know you're getting real motion. That's when you know you're getting real views out here. So, amen, get posting. Thank you guys for watching. Answered a lot of questions out here. Remember, if you want to get your questions answered, your advice, whatever, it can be long, it can be personal, it can be detailed, it can be anything you want. It can be anonymous, it can be with your name there. You can email me, officialastan@gmail.com. I'll answer you there, and I'll read it out here. You can TikTok DM me. You can leave a comment on the YouTube. The TikTok is astan.omit, and the YouTube comments are right here. Drop your questions. I'll give you that advice. We'll do this every single week. I'll round up all your comments, and I'll read every single one of them and answer them, and hopefully, maybe share you a little bit of wisdom or give you a different perspective that can hopefully help you. I love you guys. I want the best for you. I'll see you.